Hello and welcome. This is going to be our lecture video for April 13th. Going to continue investigating topics connected to our statistics bootcamp. Going to be talking about mode and range today. That's going to help you with the mastery quizzes for levels 3 and 4. So take good notes on these and you're going to do great on those. So we'll start with mode. Go ahead, copy down this definition. Mode is the most frequent number in a data set. So imagine we are taking data. It doesn't really matter what we're taking data on, but the first data point is a 5, then a 13, then a 9, then a 7, then a 1, then a 9 again, then a 2, then a third 9, and then an 11. The mode here is 9. It's the number that showed up the most. All right. So here I've got another data set for you. It's the number of words in book titles. What is the mode of this data set? So we just have to look at the data and take a guess. So I see 4s, and I think 4 might be the most frequent. So I'm going to total up how many 4s I've got, and I'm going to cross them out as I go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the frequency here is 5. I had 5 4s. All right, is there another number that looks like it could compete? Well, maybe the 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they both had 5. Anything else? Let's check the 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's not going to be the mode. Let's check the 1s, just 1, 2, and 1 for the 5. And so this is okay. You can have two numbers for the mode. So the mode is 4 and 5. So we'd say just like that. Mode is 4 and 5. They tied for most frequent. All right, here's another way our data can be presented. This is a histogram or a dot plot. And we've got some data for hits in a round of hacky sack. We can see, one of them went really long with 18 hits. One of them only got 1 hit, more of your data concentrated in the middle. But this bar right here is the highest with 3. But what we say for the mode is we go down to the number of hits, the actual value for the data point, and that's 5. So our mode is 5 because 5 had the tallest bar. Okay, let's see another way this can present. Here we got another dot plot for hours slept. Go ahead, take a guess right now. What's the mode? The mode for this one is 7, because 7 has got the tallest bar. Minutes to run a 5K. So what we're looking for here is any repeated numbers. I see I've got a 31 and a 31. I've got a 32 and a 32. Maybe I'll give those boxes as well. Are any of these other numbers repeated? 30 doesn't look like it's repeated. No. Yep, so it's just those two numbers appeared twice. So the mode here is 31 and 32. So watch out for those and ones. Just because you've found one number that repeats doesn't mean another number couldn't repeat, or maybe one number repeats 3 times and that's the only mode. Okay, range. So range is the distance between the highest and lowest values. And this is a really useful data point for telling you how spread out your data is. Mode will tell you what data point was the most frequent, so it'll kind of tell you where the data is congregated, but range will tell you how spread out the data is. Here we see our highest data point. Well, it looks like for some reason they crossed out this 18 and they went with the 16, so this got thrown out. But the highest value was a 16, the lowest value was a 13, and the range there is the distance between them. And how do we find distance? We find it with subtraction. All right. So when you've got data with two variables like year and number here, so we're looking at number of Nobel laureates per year, we always want to go with the y value. So always go with y value. So I want to look, what is the highest y value? And it looks like it's this point right here where the y value is 13. And what is the lowest y value? It looks like the lowest y value is 0. So we do that simple little formula, max minus the min, where our max is 13 and our minimum is 0. And we get 13 minus 0 equals 13 for the range. All right, now this is a little bit different. This does not have a y value. This is a dot plot. So these frequency does not count as a y value. So now our maximum, we can look at our number line to find the max and the minimum. Our max value here is 78. The minimum value is 1 to the side of 68. We're counted by 1, so this has to be a 67 for the min. We do our formula, max minus min is 78 minus 67, and that gets us 11 for our range. And we can even count to make sure that that 11 is correct. Start your minimum and count up to your maximum. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, and so now if we had another data set, we could compare how spread out they are by comparing their ranges. Okay, goals in a hockey game. Am I going to look at the X or the Y? Well, goals is a different variable than game number, so I'm going to look at the Y value. The maximum number of goals scored was 9, and the minimum number of goals scored was 2. All right, and then we do max minus min, so 9 minus 2 equals 7 for the range. All right, annual precipitation. So this is just a data list. Now we got to find the max of this data. Well, to find the max, you just have to look for a big number, circle it, and then see if there's any number bigger. So is there any number bigger than 68.8? I'll scan through. Nope. Now for the minimum, we'll do something similar. We'll circle what we think is the smallest number, 7, and then scan through looking for anything smaller. All right, max minus min equals 68.8 minus 7, or 61.8 for our range. All right, here we've got a stem and leaf plot. So to find the max and the minimum, you look at the very smallest number and the very biggest number, or the very highest up leaf and the very lowest down leaf. And we got to convert them back to their numbers. For that, we use the key. So 52 line 5 is going to become the number 525,000. And this will become the number 590,000 for our minimum and our maximum. We use the key there to convert those. And then let's subtract them. So 59,000 or 590,000 minus 525,000. Get the calculator out. Is 65,000 for the range of single family home prices wherever this data was taken. All right, now this one, are we going to look at the frequency or the goals? So this is kind of a tricky one because we said we always look at the Y value, but when it's frequency, it doesn't count as a Y value. Here, our maximum is 10 goals, our minimum is 2 goals, 10 minus 2 is 8. So this is a very tricky one. This is really like a dot plot with just numbers, and we have to look at this as our minimum, and this is our maximum. So don't be tricked when frequency looks like a Y value. Okay, that's that for this video, and have a good rest of your day.